isn't trading so frustrating, or in my case, trading investing? Because only last week I was telling you how I was looking forward to selling a few of my shares and accruing those gains, only to find the very next day, the day I was preparing to sell those shares, the stock market went right down and it's been flat. It's been listless, lifeless ever since. And I don't really understand what's happening. Why the stock market has suddenly gone down and stayed down for well over a week. I suppose it could be the fact that the political situation in South Korea, which could have a impact on the global economy, with Samsung and Kia and all those big companies facing this political turmoil. Or it even could be what's going on in France, where once again political turmoil, the economy in tatters, and that's potentially going to affect the economy of Europe. It could be both of those things, but as far as I know, the stock market factors all these things in long in advance. All these big changes that take place in the world, they're prepared for them. So I don't really know what's happening. But what I'll do anyway, I will share what I was hoping to do and where my account is right now, so you can have a look and sort of feel sorry for me that I've been able to make the gains I was hoping to. And before I go there, if you're new to this channel, and many of you are, what I started to do about 18 months ago is invest £200, no more than 200, and I was going to use that money to invest in the stock market or to trade shares on the Trading212 platform. And I was buying shares up to the value of £50, and when those shares go £2 positive, I sell them and accrue the gains. And I've been doing that for the last 18 months, and my account has grown by about 50%. So I've made 50% gain in those 18 months. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I've really wanted to sort of map out or to share the progress I'm making on doing that training. And the idea I had really, understanding how the stock market works and just learn how to trade. And I'm only going with £200 and no more than that, just for fun. This is not for anything else other than fun, and this is not financial advice. This is just me sharing my trading just for entertainment. Let's have a look on my computer now. And here's my trading account now. And this time last week, or just over a week ago, I was looking to sell my two oil shares, BP and Shell. And I was also looking to sell a company called Phoenix. So I managed to sell Phoenix because that was the right price, but the oil shares both had dropped off a cliff. Let's have a look at what I did. So if I have a look at my history on my account, you'll see here that I sold my Phoenix shares at 512, and I made just over a £2 profit on those shares. That's perfect. That got me my 4%. And what that's done, that's put £50 back into my pot so I can reinvest that in another company. Unfortunately, BP and Shell just dropped off a cliff. So if I had a look at BP, and this is how frustrating doing trading is, because I was about here and I was thinking, if these go up to about £4, I was looking to sell. I was hoping they would go on an upward trajectory back up to this sort of level. But what did they do? They were just dropped off this cliff here, and they've been subdued all week until just the start of this week, when they've just started to jump up a little bit and then they've gone back down. That's a real disappointment because I was hoping to accrue my gains from BP. Likewise, Shell did exactly the same thing. So they were kind of up here looking nice and healthy. And then when I was thinking about selling, they just went down and down. And now they're right down to the bottom. So I'm just going to keep hold of those shares now until they gain the value. The really nice thing about those oil shares is that they're a quarterly dividend payer and they do nice dividends. So if I keep them for long enough, I'm likely to get some nice dividends. One thing that's where I'm there. If I have a look down on, this is today, GSK is up and down like a yo-yo. BP, as I've mentioned, has been down today. Shell are down today as well, which is disappointing. PHP, primary health properties, are down. They're very much up and down like a yo-yo. I've had that stock for nearly a year. I bought it in January last year, and the only reason I haven't sold is because their value has been down by sort of £2, negative £2, and I've just kept up on hold of it because I'm not going to sell my shares for a loss. the nice thing about PHP is they do a quarterly dividend, and every quarter they give 36 pence. So I know it's not a lot because I don't have lots of shares in this company, but I've I've gained about £1, £1.32 or something like that, and that's quite nice. So that's kind of offset the losses I've had with that company. Diageo and Legal in General have been really good in the last couple of days because they've actually come into profit, which is fantastic. And when those shares hit the £2 mark, they're going, and I'm investing in something else. Just have a quick look. Just want to share with you what I've been thinking recently. So I had a look at Kingfisher with a view to buying into Kingfisher. Kingfisher, the owner of B&Q stores in the UK, and I'm not surprised they're dropped off this cliff, because when I've recently been in B&Q, I've noticed that the stores aren't doing terribly well. You can sense it. So I did think about it, but because of what I know about B&Q, I'm anticipating not having the best Christmas. I've just keeping a eye on that, and because that might be something I'll look into. More importantly, though, Taylor Wimpey is an interesting one. So they've been riding high for some time, October, and then they've had a sudden drop right down here, and that's interesting because the government have once again announced today, and they've announced a few times since they've come into power, that they're going to look to build 300,000 homes per year in the UK. And Taylor Wimpey would benefit from that a lot because they're a house builder. So if anything, I'm thinking I might put my money into Taylor Wimpey. I'm going to have a look at when the dividends come out, etc., and what the dividends are. But I think they're all right for dividends. So I think I'm very much seriously looking into buying Taylor Wimpey. So where is my account since my last video? Well, in the last video, it's 321.25, and currently right now it's standing at 320.46. Now, that has been right down to about 314 for most of this week, 315, and it's up. I've been on a negative spiral, but in these last 2 days, believe it or not, that jumped up and come back to life, mainly due to Legal in General and Diageo. BP and Shell, as you can see, they were nearly £2 positive. Now they've dropped off, but they're still in positive territory, so I'm still feeling good. And GSK has come back to life a little bit as well, even though today's not been the best day for it. That's where I am now. That's where my account is. And yeah, that's where I stand. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you found this video interesting and entertaining, and I hope you got something out of it. If you did, why not give it a like? That would be awesome. And if you like this trading content I'm trying to create, and if you'd like to follow along with what I'm doing, then why not subscribe to the channel? You can just click down there and hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one. Cheerio.